Hello, good evening everyone and welcome back. Very, very late, I have to say, so apologies. We are here live now and you are joining us for yet another round of the WCS Megane Trophy. And we're coming here today from the fourth round of the season, and once again, just like with the GP Freeze last week, we are returning to the beautiful Silverstone racetrack for these Meganes. And as you can see, the grid has just lined up and the cars are just heading out around on track now. So we'll quickly get through all this before we start the race. I'd like to introduce you to myself. I'm Sam Jones, and joining me alongside, he's back. He's finally come back, so you don't just have to listen to me tonight, is Joshua Anderson. Good evening, Josh.
Feels like a millennia since I've been back in this Commons box. Hello, Sam.
Hello, Josh. Yeah, it also feels a long time since I've been able to hear your wonderful voice as well.
Oh, wonderful's an overstatement.
Well, I'm going to stick to it. Anyway, let's get on with the action then. So as you can see, the cars are filtering their way around the track right now. So I'll quickly take you through the field. It's we've got a field of 20 cars out there at the moment. There's another guy in the 7, but I'm not sure who's going to be racing. So on the front row is Niranjan Kumar and Roy Schroeter, both the racing team Schroeter, taking first, second in qualifying. What a great result there. Tobias Olsen is in third for Ice Card Racing with Daniel Schranku for Wildest Automotive in fourth. Then on row 3 we've got Wesley Stefano and Ray Kilk for Totally Spies Racing. His teammate Sven de Vries is 7th with Lazaros Philipparkas for Ebal, starting in 8th place. Roy Vasal for Performance is in 9th with Kevin Sammet in 10th place for Multiforce GP. Josh Downard and Sherwin van der Sloot round out row 12 with Mark Fuller for ST Racing and Eric Godolakis in 13th and 14th. Eric Stanford is in 15th, Rick Scott for CM Tech Racing is 16th. His teammate Adrian Bresnu is in 17th place with Roland Hutt in 18th. Then we've got David Nichols for ST Racing in 19th with Dan Hutt in 20th place, rounding out the grid for JFF Racing Team. So that's the grid then, Josh. I know you're not with us just yet in spirit, but you are at least here. Looking like it's going to be a good one today. We missed out on the last round. We didn't quite get to see all the action, but certainly De Vries leading the championship. Musk gets in second, both very close to points with Bart de Vos and Ray Kilk as well, and Thomas Hinz, of course. So close championship, and hopefully that should reflect in the 2 races we have tonight.
Yeah, always a good track to have racing at. Silverstone really is fantastic track indeed, and well, telling you this, if I'm not going to have Cork of a couple of races here, I don't know what we're going to have. As for race winner, well, you look up and down the grid, Wesley Stefano's broken his duck. Personally, though, I think it's going to be Tobias Olsen because, well, you know, he never says anything but 100%, and, well, that might come out to be his advantage here at Silverstone.
Yeah, it's certainly a good series for Olsen. So we'll see what he can do from third of the grid. He's just taken on his box now, so we'll see where he can come along. I'm going to go for someone a bit different here today. I'm going to go for Roy Schroeter starting in second place. I think he'll get a jump on his teammate and take the win. Well, we're about to find out then because the lights are coming on, the engines have risen, and we're underway here in Silverstone. It's a decent start all around, and look at that, straight away Roy Schroeter is looking to the inside of Kumar, going in towards turn 1. They're side by side, and they're going to continue to stay side by side all the way through turn 2 and into Village as well. Tobias Olsen looking through the middle. They're going to make it 3 wide into Village then. Bit of contact between the 3 of them, and then Roy Schroeter's gone round. He was on the inside. Oh, there's a huge crash there. Someone else got caught up in that as well. So unlucky for Roy, he slips to the very back of the pack, and Tobias Olsen then takes the lead. Coming round down the Wellington Straight, he's got Kumar still alongside him, but can Kumar get the job done, or is he going to have to slot back in behind? I think he is going to have to slot back in behind. He's got no momentum at all. Daniel Schranku is actually challenging him instead for position. Meanwhile, further back, Philipparkas and Roy Vasal have gone round. Oh, there's more contact up front as well. That was Kumar getting all kinds of loose and just about holding on to it. He drops down into 6th place. So lots of crashes here so far, lots of changes of position, but Tobias Olsen takes a commanding lead then, about a second ahead of Stefano.
Yeah, and that is a crucial thing to have at this point in the race, a lead of that significance. He's got 1.8 seconds in gaining. And, well, I talked about him only being able to do maximum attack. We've talked to him before. He knows he's only setting as 100%, and he's showing that just by how much of a gap he's pulling out to Stefano. Stefano, of course, let's not forget he's a race winner here at WCS too. So, you know, this is quite a good feat that Tobias is pulling this much of a gap out already.
Yeah, it is. It certainly is, and it's only getting bigger. It's now 1.8 seconds. That shows you how much Tobias Olsen is pulling away in very early stages of this race. Great kill, though, as Federica goes side by side into, where are we on the track right now? I've completely lost where we are. Oh, we're at Stoke. That's what I get for looking away from the screen. And they remain side by side then. De Vries into the final part of the lap, takes the position from Sharanko. He moves up into 4th place. And comes round Club Corner to complete the first lap, but Olsen is certainly very much away right now. Stefano having to look behind him a little bit more for Kilk, who's certainly keeping him honest. The two totally spies racing cars of Kilk and De Vries are on the move in the early stages of this race.
Yep, on the move and on the up indeed. They are 3 and 4. They are De Vries obviously, you know, having a great race as he always seems to do these days. Right, Kilk having a stormer as well. Even if you look further down the field, you got the cars like Sherman van der Sloot, who's having a good run here. As is Josh Downard in 8th. Rick Scott in 11th having a good one. As is Lazarus Veloparkos as well. 12th place for the week, and what I believe is his WCS debut is definitely good going.
Yeah, it certainly is. He had a bit of contact earlier on as well, so he's dropped a few positions, so he could potentially be even higher up. And right now he's having a look up the inside of Rick Scott, right at the end of the Wellington straight there for 11th place, and wasn't quite able to pull it off. Goes around Luffield, tries to take the outside line. That's never really going to work around there in these wide Meganes, but gave it a go nonetheless. Just has to slot back into 12th for the moment.
Yeah, slots back into 12th. This is Veloparkos. Definitely want to watch this race. Really, really talented is Lazarus, and never know what you're going to get from him. Though I've just seen Sven the race. He's just at the fastest sector 2 though, so he's on a charge to try and get up to Wesley Stefano and perhaps even pass his own teammate.
Yep, he's certainly getting Kilk's mirrors right now, and I'd have to say the gap between De Vries and Kilk is about the same as the gap between Kilk and Stefano. Stefano, I should say, down the hanger straight, immediately pulls to the left hand side, tried to break the toe. Kilk doesn't actually bother following him and just moves along as I think we've had
Veloparkos, yeah.
Yeah,
Veloparkos has gone down the order.
He's gone off the track there. I think it was through Magnussen Beckett. It looks like he's just gone off the track and lost a huge amount of positions all the way back at the bottom of the field now. So he's going to have a lot of work to do to try and climb back through the positions.
Yeah, that's not exactly great. I mean, to have an incident this early into the race, but it is a 40-minute race. He can climb back, and there's plenty of time for him left to do that.
Yeah, it will be. It's a pretty long track here, 19 laps. It's going to be a good about 40 minutes worth of racing here today in race 1. So that's lots of time to make up the ground and the positions, but it's going to be a difficult one nonetheless. Looking back up the field, then Kumar. Currently in 6th position after getting shuffled down the order and actually coming under a bit of pressure from Van der Sloot as well. He's looking like he's have to maybe think about going defensive down the Wellington straight. Probably not quite long enough to have a go. Further back though, Vassal though on the inside of Fuller down the Wellington straight as well. And Vassal gets the position then just up the inside, broke a bit later and takes the place into the corner. Good move. As it looks like, we've had another driver go round, and I think that's Roy Schroeter again. Once again, at the end of the Wellington straight, Roy Schroeter's got around, and he finds himself all the way back in 20th place, and having to come in together with Eric Stanford there also. So disaster for Schroeter. Our pulses today, just a race to forget so far.
Yeah, not really being exactly the best race for Schroeter, and the incident there has put him right back down the order. You know, at the bottom end of it now with the likes of Veloparkos, who have also had incidents. And you look at the front, you know, people who stayed out of it. Tobias Olsen, Wesley Stefano, Sven de Vries, these guys have gone up the front. As is Eric Gardocas, as is Rick Scott, who's going to get a top 10 at this rate. As is Roy Verzile. So, you know, just got to stay out of trouble, especially because it's such a long race.
It is a long race, and of course, these drivers will have to make a pit stop as well, won't they? So anything could happen in that respect also. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled Meanwhile, the gap between Olsen and Stefano at the front has pretty much stayed static since the end of that first lap. It's still 1.8 seconds. There really isn't that much to choose between the two drivers right now. It's such a long lap, and well, it just means that for the front four or five, it haven't really seen that much of a change. We've seen Olsen locking up into Village there, but no real dramas, and perhaps it's just a bit of a waiting game for the front runners at the moment.
Yeah, maybe just a bit of a waiting game going on. Really just got to focus on, being patient rather than going for all of the positions all of the time. The race is not won in the first minute. It's 1 over 40, There is quite a lot of laps here. We're going to think about 19, 20 laps here, This is a longish race, and there's going to be a lot of time for moves to be made. So it's all about just feeling it out at the moment, just getting used to it, finding out what's going on, and integrate with these cars.
Yeah, great analysis there, I completely agree. And I think some of these drivers perhaps could have done with a little bit more time to get used to the cars after having such a struggle at the start of the race, and a few guys still trying to make their way back through. You can see Philip Parkhurst and Schroten now in 17th and 18th, just passing a few cars here or there, slowly starting to make their way up the order. And it looks like we've got a couple here going on for a 10th place actually. Rick Scott has got a couple of cars behind him. Roy Pasal and Kevin Samet are right behind him right now, go through Maggots and Beckett's, and they're pretty actually following each other here. They're all nose to tail coming through that set of corners. Now onto the hangar straight. They've both got a toe on Rick Scott then, so Pasal goes to the left hand side. Samet comes up to the bumper of Rick Scott, thinks about going through the middle, but not quite close enough. And Pasal tries to go around the outside of Scott there. Can he make it stick? He's onto the rumble strip on the outside, but it looks like he's going to get it done. Not out of Stowe, but into Club through the chicane. Gets the move done. And Rick just goes a bit wide there. That gives Samet the chance to get on the inside, and both of them go a bit wide coming onto the pit straight. But Samet takes a position. He moves up into 11th place, and Rick Scott loses 2 places in 2 corners.
2 places in 2 corners. Well, it's not necessarily the greatest loss for Scott. I mean, yeah, he's gone down from 10th to 12th, and that's not going to help his cause any. But, it's not a disaster, as we keep saying. It's quite a long race, and Scott is a very talented driver we've seen in the season so far. So he could get it back.
He certainly could get it back. We'll have to wait and see. As Josh Downard in 8th just thinks about defending against Godolakis, but thinks better of it in the end. He doesn't feel quite the need to defend at the moment, and just retains his position. And that's another close battle on the track at the moment between those two. Between the top 6, they're all relatively close together, but no one's really making a move. Although it looks like Kumar in 6th place is caught up to the back of Sharanku now, and he could potentially be trying to regain a couple of positions soon. First, of course, he'll have to get past Sharanku, but certainly looking a bit more racy now.
Yeah, definitely looking quite racy at the moment. This is, we've only had a few minutes of this race so far, and it's looking great.
It is looking great indeed, and definitely a long way to go. Can Kumar have a go at Sharanku? No, he looks like he's a bit too far back down the hangar straight this time around, but certainly starting to apply the pressure now, and will be considering a move in the next lap or 2, I'm sure, because he's had the pace in the last lap or so, and that's just allowed him to really close the gap to Sharanku ahead.
Yeah, closing the gap to Sharanku, and Daniel himself, he's in P5. He'll want more than that, but he should be happy about that. Niranjan Kumar behind, very, very talented is Niranjan. I've said this so many times about him, always wanting to watch is Kumar. Always got the talent, it seems, to be up there and abouts.
He has, he certainly has. He did a fantastic job in qualifying, of course. Managed to qualify within half a second clear of the field. It was that far ahead of everyone else. His teammate was his closest competitor, of course. So it's surprising to see that he's just not really struggling back sixth, but back in sixth, but not really able to get his way back to the front after losing positions on that frantic opening lap.
Yeah, he just seems to be stuck there rather than, you know, it seems to be, he's stuck there as I'm just seeing Josh Downers getting really involved with Eric Golotakis at the moment, and this is a lovely battle for P9 at the moment. And P8, obviously, you know, Josh Downers doesn't want to be in P9, Eric Golotakis doesn't want to be in P8. That's the battle that's going on at the moment. It is very much ice cold versus performance racing. This could be a cracker.
It could be. Golotakis has been getting closer and closer each lap. He goes a bit wide there. Doesn't he coming through cups, but gets away with it because it's all tarmac, so no real issue. Downard really throwing the car into the corners and using all the curbing a little bit more. Golotakis looks a little bit more smoother in his line, but it seems to be working for both drivers right now, their chosen lines, and maybe down the hang straight this time around, Golotakis can have a go at Downard.
Perhaps he can, and well, Eric himself, a bit more of a consistent driver than a fast one. He's proven himself in his time at WCS. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how this battle pans out, although Damina goes very wide around the exit of that corner there. Golotakis is going to find himself an opportunity, perhaps. Yes, he does go to the outside here. And Eric versus Josh is going to end in a very interesting manner because Eric loses it a bit. Aaron has to jump behind. I thought he was going to go for it around the inside of the final turn, but it wasn't to be.
No, he had to go, didn't he? Not quite close enough, and he's probably going to have to wait at least another lap or so. Well, half a lap or so, maybe a little bit more, depends on if he can have a go down the Wellington straight. But it just looked like today the real moves are going to come into Stowe. It seems like you just need quite a bit of straight here in these Meganes to get enough slipstream to be able to make a move.
Yeah, just got to get the slipstream, really. I mean, just if he can get behind him and get the draft, that's all that really matters for him, you know, because he can get the speed bonus that you know, gives you, because obviously, you know, that can really help on the sections of the track where there's lots of straights in there, you know, because, you know, look, if you're going faster than the other person, you're going to overtake them.
Yeah, you really will. That's it. Well, that's.
I know. I mean, it sounds simple, but it's not.
Isn't it? That's the key to motor racing. I think you finally unlocked it, Josh. I think you.
Yes, I know. Go faster than the other person, and you'll win.
That's it. Heard it here first. You should be making people pay for this kind of advice. Brilliant stuff.
No, it's common knowledge, man.
Well, I certainly didn't know it because I was certainly doing something wrong. Oh, look at that. Shranku's done something wrong as well. He's gone off the track there, slides back on, and he's going to
that's very wrong.
Position. He's going to lose a position there to Kumar, isn't he? Kumar moves then up into 5th place.
Yep, Aaron Jan into 5th. Really capitalised on that. You know, he's got himself into the top 5. And yeah, that. Shranku got it all sorts of wrong around there. He's going to have to try and refocus and get that place back.
Yeah, just to seem to tip through Beckett's, and well, he had to cut the next curb and lost all kinds of grip, did Shranku. But that's the kind of mistake that Kumar was looking for, and that's giving him the position. Let's now see if Kumar can close his gap between himself and De Vries.
Oh, hello. Downard's in the pits. I've just noticed, actually, he's coming on at 6. He's done lap 7 now. He's on the 7th lap. That is well before the halfway mark, I'd say. And obviously, those tyres not lasting as long for Downard as he'd like. So maybe going to go for 2-stop. Maybe just going to go for a longer second stint. But this is an intriguing strategy call.
Yeah, it certainly is. He's long pit stop though, hasn't he? He's still in his box, and finally he's been released. But well. First one into the pits. Let's see how that's all going to play out. We'll have to keep an eye on him once all the other guys come into the pits as well.
Yeah, and we'll see when that is, of course. I would have expected to have been closer to about lap 10 or 9, maybe 11 if they want to push the tyres a bit longer. That is a very early strategy call from Josh Downard to come in now. I'm going to be intrigued to see how this plays out. Maybe he's planning a 2-stop, but he's put him down in 17, so it might not work out.
It might not, no. He's certainly a bit of time, a bit to do, hasn't he? I don't know how far behind he is from Except he got a bit between himself and Stampert, so at least a bit of fresh air to push on. As it looks like right now, I'm noticing that the lead gap is starting to come down as well, Josh. It's down to 1.3 seconds now, so certainly Olsen losing a bit of time, Stefano, but again, it's only by a few tenths.
Yeah, only by a few tenths, and when you know it's a close battle when it's that close, and well, close battles, well, the most interesting. You know, you can get anything going on in that. You can get overtakes, you can get collisions, the lot. So keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. Oh, Stefano there, Brusto just runs a bit wide. And he's actually going to pit, is he?
No, he's not.
Oh,
Throw it to you for 6 there.
Yeah, people, but no, well, no, he's the guy who's going to take to the pit. So, first of our front runners then to blink.
Yep, and well, this is closer to what I'd expect about lap 8, lap 9, you know. This is when I'd expect them to come in, so this is probably a better call in terms of getting in the middle of the road in terms of tyre strategy. So this could be hang on the money for Kumar here. He could be out to a winner, but he has again. He's been one of the first. Not many other people are pitting except for Roy Shorten, who's come in.
Yeah, the two teammates and the two racing team Schroten teammates on the same strategy. It would appear both into the pits, and Kumar leaves and heads back out. Where's he going to go out then? Looks like David Nichols be pretty close to him. They're going to be about side by side as he exits the pits. And Kumar will want to keep ahead of Nichols here. He doesn't want to get held up by another driver. And certainly does that through Village. Just keeps the inside line well driven there on colder tyres as well. So get hit by Kumar. He's away. He's got Rick Scott just ahead of him. So he'll want to dispatch him quickly as well.
Yeah, wants to get rid of Scott ahead of him. Scott is having a great race in that CM-Tech car. It must be said, 11th place, absolutely nothing to be passed up whatsoever. And well, ever since he's come over to WCS, I found he's really been adapting to our Factor 2, and he's really been showing some very good potential, Rick Scott. Obviously, you know, no newcomer to sim race, and he's been around for a while. But, you know, it's always good to see some of the old guards, so to speak, you know, get some good results.
Yeah, he's had a few bits of pain finishes so far this season, and that's nothing to be sniffed at all. That's really good effort. As we've got
this is close.
Down in.
Oh dearie me! That's what you're doing, Dan.
So Dan Hurt and Dan are side by side, aren't they? In cops. Dan's going to try and go around the outside here. He's having to go all the way out off the track. Is that allowed? I'm not quite sure, but it looks like he's got the move done. I don't think he wants to mess around really.
Olsen and Stefano from the lead. Sorry to interrupt you there, but both of our leaders are coming. Olsen and Stefano have come into the pits here. Anius Franca comes in too. Kill doesn't. So a lot of the leaders pitting now.
Yep, this is a battle then. Olsen and Stefano, who can get back out on the track first from their pit stop. Bit of an issue for Sharang there, looks like. Where's Olsen? Where's Stefano? Olsen's gone. Stefano's still sat there. That looks like a very good stop indeed for Olsen then, doesn't he? I think he's gained quite a bit of time there in that pit stop.
He might have filled the car up for full fuel and, well, may have just not taken fuel, I don't know. It could be that, but that was a very quick stop from Olsen. He's 5th and Stefano's 8th, and there's pretty much daylight between them on the track now. Yeah, and both the hoods pit there, Roland and Dan have come into the pits there, and well, yeah, both have separate pit boxes, so that's cool. But yeah, a great stop from Olsen, and he's going to lap Eric Gollett. Well, he's not going to lap him, he's going to overtake him for 4th. Yeah,
so hardly losing any positions at all. And interestingly enough as well, up front, De Vries and Kilk have switched around, so we've missed that. That's happened at some point on this lap, but that means that De Vries is the current leader, although he still has to pit, of course. So we'll see where he comes out in terms of Olsen and Stefano.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly where that was, Sam. That was going into turn 1. Right, Kilk seemed to back off a little bit, and well, Sven just went straight for the move. So maybe a bit of cooperation from the Totally Spies racing cars there. Maybe thinking, right, Sven's faster than me, I'm going to let him extend the lead and act as a buffer in case Sherwin catches up. Sherwin's quite a long way back in that Wouters car, so maybe it was just them going for it as racing drivers. I don't know, because we know Sven de Vries very well. We know he likes to battle with his teammates, so it could have been that.
It could have been certainly very...
There's De Vries in, there you go. That might have been why Wright didn't want to get in his way.
Yep, De Vries in this lap, so it's going to be interesting. Can De Vries at least leapfrog Stefano, because Stefano did have a long stop, remember? And it looks like Sharanko definitely had a long stop as well. He's lost a lot of time, so I don't think De Vries is going to be bothered by Sharanko. It's going to be all down to De Vries versus Stefano.
Yeah, we got several pitters now as well. Got Darkness, Vizar, Samet, all in, and Stefano's going to catch him. Fuller in as well, as is Nichols.
pit stops now, and is that going to affect De Vries? He's having to pop back out just in front of Samet and behind Fasal, so not too bad in the end. He comes back out the pits then, and it looks like Stefano's already gone past, and De Vries might actually get caught by Kumar here, so great effort by Kumar. Definitely gained a bit of time there, right onto the bumper of De Vries now.
Yeah, this is great for Kumar. He's got a battle on his hands. Sven De Vries there. And you got to imagine Mike Kilk will come out in a similar position now, and he'll be right on Kumar as well for the battle for 6. So keep an eye on that as it goes on. Rick Scott up to 7th as well, so that's great for him. And Daniel Sharanko 8th, Golodarkis 9th. Obviously, the field's starting to sort itself out after the round of pit stops coming to an end. But great racing so far, and Right Kilk really the one to watch, see if he goes any further down. Sherwin van der Sloot too.
Yeah, big changes of positions there. Sharanko certainly lost out there. He's a good 5 seconds behind Kumar, who's right behind De Vries. When is Kilk going to pit? When is Van der Sloot going to pit? Surely soon.
That's the big question. I think Kilk's going to probably fit this lap. I reckon the 25 cars are on the same strategy, or a similar one at least.
Yeah, and looking at his lap times, he's still doing respectable lap times, isn't he? In the higher 205, so maybe just starting to lose a bit of time.
Sharanko against Scott looks like it's good. This looks like a good battle here, 8th and 7th.
It does, doesn't it, through Mags and Beckett, and down onto the hanger straight then. Sharanko all over the back of Rick Scott. Of course, the two of them very close to the track, but I think Scott still needs to pit here. And Sharanko goes to the outside then, and should have this move done by the time they get to Stoke. Although Scott's going to really battle it out. Sharanko just breaks really late though, sweeps in, nice wide line into the corner, gets position.
This could be good. This is looking like a very tasty battle. Kilk in from the lead, so Sherwin van der Sloot inherits it. Golson goes through as well. But yeah, Scott and Sharanko looks to be a good battle, and it looks like Rick Scott has just fallen behind a bit here as well.
Yeah, great battle there. Kilk exits the pits and
behind De Vries.
Behind De Vries, but is he going to?
Kumar's going to jump him.
Oh,
Kumar's jumped him.
No, it's not. Kilk has not even managed to get alongside Kumar then, so a great effort by Kumar. Picks up another position here in the round of pit stops, and he'll be effectively 4th, won't he?
Either way, whatever's going on, this is a fantastic race so far. Kilk chasing Kumar, chasing De Vries, all going very well, and yep, it looks like Rick Scott losing a lot of time to Daniel Sharanko now, so maybe just backing off this battle, maybe Commander coming himself, but look at how close Kilk is to Kumar!
He wants to get his position back to teams. He doesn't want to be held up by Kumar. Kumar pitted a little bit earlier, of course, before a lot of these guys, one of the earlier pit stoppers, and he's having to go a little bit defensive on the approach to Cops because Kilk is all over the back of him right now. They're nose to tail nearly, and if Kilk can hold it here through this next complex of corners before the hang straight, I think that's going to be his best opportunity.
Yeah, down the back straight is probably going to be the best choice for Kilk here. But not any good going into this complex, but the run down to the corner afterwards is brilliant. So he's got a great shot at it here. See if Kilk can get enough of a slipstream. I think he's going to be in with a shout.
It's just about there. Mark goes defensive then, and Kilk has to go to the outside. He's going to have to brake really late here and take a good entry into the corner. Oh, there's contact, and Kumar's going to go around.
Oh, he got knocked into a half spin there. That was really bad. I know he's lost it again.
Oh, he's on the middle of the track.
Come on, get out of the way. There you go. So he sorted it, but Rick Scott's going to get through, and Eric Golodarkis is going to close in. Not exactly wanted to happen, but Scott in. Scott in the pits. Well, I expected that.
Yeah, that was scary stuff for Sharanko and Scott there. They had to avoid an action as Kumar went around, and he's now going to come under real pressure from Golodarkis, which is only natural, isn't it? Because his tyres are going to be hurting after sliding them across the track.
I think that incident between Kilk and Kumar was just a bit of a misunderstanding. I think Kumar didn't go as far to the inside as Kilk was expecting. He took more track and they just bumped each other and Kumar went round. I wouldn't say there was any malice involved between them, but maybe just a bit of a misunderstanding, a bit of a racing incident between the two, but I'm sure they'll sort it out anyway.
Yeah, it's probably something that'll have to be settled after the race now, unless Kumar can catch up and try and get the position back on track. But right now, he's definitely coming under pressure from Godalakis.
As Van der Sloot here. Van der Sloot being taken over by Olsen for the lead of the race. I almost missed that. As Olsen there has been gotten through on Sherman Van der Sloot in the Wouters. The Dutchman down to second in the speed up to first.
Yeah, Van der Sloot, of course, still needs it as well, isn't he? But held on to it for a while. And now behind Olsen here, so we'll wait to see when he's going to come out once he pits. But a valiant effort against Olsen, but Olsen retakes the lead, which is been rightfully his since that lap 1 when he managed to get past both the racing team Schroet and cars, and he's looked pretty imperious since then.
Has been indeed. Godalakis and Kumar still a close run battle at the moment, only about a couple tenths in it between the two of them. And Sherman Van der Sloot in the pits, there you go, that is confirmation that Olsen will keep lead. Wesley Savano should move into second, Sven de Vries might have a crack at third. But yeah, I expected Van der Sloot would be in, but he's had a great race so far.
Yeah, so where is Olsen's driver going to come out? Maybe around 8th or 9th, possibly a little bit further down. It'll be hard to tell because some of these pit stops are a bit variable here today.
Yeah, a lot of people going for different strategies in this race, and Van der Sloot losing a bit of time here. Anger's going to get through, I imagine, and Kumar's going to have a shout. So this is probably going to be P6 for Van der Sloot, all things considered, and Wesley Savano going to be about 6 seconds back on Olsen. Looks like Olsen can just probably afford to lose about a second a lap now and win this race.
Yeah, he really gained all that time in the pit stops, didn't he? I don't know quite how he managed to do it, but whatever way, it looks as though it's going to pay off. Van der Sloot, though, has popped back out right behind his teammate Schranku. That is really good, isn't it, actually, for Van der Sloot? He's done a good job there and just gained a bit of time.
Looks like Stanford's getting in a bit of a battle with David Nichols at the moment, back in 14th and 15th place. Those two going at it for, I believe, the final points positions. So it's going to be interesting to watch, I guess. You know, keep an eye on them and see how they do. And Rick Scott as well with Mark Fuller getting in an interesting battle. This is Kevin Summit and Josh Downward. There are a couple of interesting battles forming now.
Yep, all for slightly lower positions. It looks like the top few guys have spread out just a little bit. Kumar and Godalakis also in a great battle as well right now, so plenty to see on track. Nichols goes to the inside at Stanford end, and oh, look at that, Nichols just gets it a bit wrong there and nearly spins it out while just half spin it across the track, and Stanford's able to retain the position.
Yeah, holds position to Zurich Stanford, and well, he'll be happy with that 14th place. You know, well held, going to get a couple of points. Godalakis and Kumar still duking out for 7th as well. As, Sherman Van der Sloot's got to go on with Shiranku here, and maybe he's got the draft. No, he breaks very early to Sherman. Doesn't want to do anything. Oh, that's why he's forced Shiranku into a mistake. I think Daniel thought his teammate was going to do something different, but he didn't. Shiranku goes to pit, that's why.
Interesting then, Shiranku pitting again. What's going on here with Daniel Shiranku? It's only been about 5 laps since he last pitted.
Probably just shredded his tyres. Oh, hello.
Sorry.
Hello, he's had a bit of an incident there, and, yeah, something's happened. Oh, hello, I think there might be a problem. What is the problem?
Stopped the car outside of his box.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, Shiranku crossed the line to go into the pits about 100 kilometers an hour. It was 103 he was doing. So he might have just gone too quick, I don't know, but I don't know what the pit limit is. He just seems to have stopped.
That's a weird one. Did he have an issue back in Zolder as well, I seem to remember, I think, during the race. And he had to pit again, I can't quite remember now, but either way, this is a long pit stop for him as well, isn't it?
That's ruined his race, that's put him right out of contention. Doesn't even look like the engine's on. He's as good as out of this race now, though.
Yep, he's certainly filtered right down the order, and well, for whatever reason, hopefully we'll find out after the race. We'll keep you updated, but that's a shame, really, because it looked like we were going to get a battle between Van der Sloot and Shiranku there, but that means that Van der Sloot's now into 5th place, about 7 seconds behind Ray Kilk ahead of him. And it's further 6 seconds back to Kumar in 6th place. So all is a little lonesome now, and maybe just having to enjoy the rest of the laps and just keep up the pace.
Yeah, just going to have to try and do that, I guess. And, well, Tobias Olsen knows he only has about 4 more laps to go till he can win this race, potentially. Stefano giving chase, but he's losing time, losing ground. De Vries, I think, is actually catching up, and Kilk not far behind. Van der Sloot 5th, Kumar 6th, Scarlet 7th, you know. Bazile and Downard as well, the 2 performance cars having to go at each other. This could be very interesting to see how this race ends, at least, if not for the likes of Daniel Schranko, but definitely for the front runners. Indeed, in fact, I've just seen Roy Bazile has gone past Josh Downard there, Downard rather, and well, yep, there he goes into 8th, and well, now Downard's got Samet to deal with, Kevin Samet in the Multiforce.
Yep, Samet doing a good pace, slowly been making his way through the field, picking up a few positions as the race has gone along, looking stronger and stronger. And right now, he's got both of the performance racing cars ahead of him, and we'll see if he can pick them up. As who's that? Basal's gone off at the first corner, and he's going to rejoin the track on the outside of Village there. And Downard's going to get past. Is Samet going to get past? They're going to be side by side into the loop. Oh, there's contact, and Samet's going to try and take them both. He moves up the inside of Downard. Really feels banging there on the inside, and gonna try and get that position complete. Oh, they both go wide onto the Wellington straight as well. This is crazy.
I don't think our cameraman Menno Klont can contain himself, and neither can I. This is great racing. Very touch and go, very oh, this is touring car racing, this.
I think this one's got personal, hasn't it? There's no holds barred right now. Josh Downard dives it into Brooklands and gets that position firmly back from Samet, and he just has to slot back in and just about keeps Bazile behind him. But coming up to Cops now, I think they're going to go for it again. Samet is going to have a look up the inside. No, this time he's not, and he's having to break a little bit early into Cops and just about holds on to it. But now Bazile's going to have a run on him.
Oh, this is just crazy. I mean, Bazile, this is the mental move to make to go down the inside of the Beckett's complex, but he backs out of it. Decides not to go for it, and wisely so, I guess, because it was never really going to work through there unless he was super committed. But yeah, Kevin Samet going to try and catch Downard now. Downard's just going to try and get away from Samet. This is a mental battle for 8th place, and yeah, it's only for 8th, but it's crazy good.
It's a brilliant racer right now, as it looks like once again Downard's going to come under a bit of pressure from Samet, but this time around not quite close enough into Stowe to have a go, and he just has to sit behind for this attempt. But there's plenty more still to go. Bazile, I thought he was going to have a go there. I'm going to have a dive. This is just waiting to boil over, isn't it?
Oh, this is a great battle. Look how close they are. Look, still massively close. Samet hops like a Bazile going to go down the inside.
Yeah, here we go then into back into turn 1 into Abbey, and Bazile's got the inside this time around.
Oof.
Gets position done.
This is even more contact. Samet's going to go for it again.
They're going to be side by side into Village. Samet on the outside this time around, but of course that means he'll get the inside from the loop. He's just making sure that he gets that place. But Bazile takes a wide line to get the cutback, and he's going to have a look back up the inside into the Wellington straight. This is fantastic racing. Oof.
Fantastic save from Bazile, definitely. He managed to hold that.
He certainly did, didn't he? And saved it enough that he can still have a go. Well,
oh dearie! Oh, this is talk about personal. This is a grudge match now.
It's certainly between these two now. Downard's managed to get away. Samet trying to keep it off the door of Bazile through Luffield, and just about does it. But that means he slots back behind Bazile now, and he's going to have to regroup himself and go on another attack.
Oh, Samet again! Samet, he says, this is brilliant, but I can't keep my eyes off it. He just keeps lunging for him. I've hardly noticed that Sven de Vries is called right over Wesley Stefano for seconds.
Yeah, that's going to be one to switch in a second, isn't it? Let's see. Is Samet going to have a go at Bazile once again? Oh, he's having a go everywhere, isn't he? When is he not going to have a go? And he's got the run now down the hanger straight. I think, again, into Stowe, he's going to be going up the inside if he can. Oh no, he's going to go to the outside. Well, he proved me wrong there, hasn't he? He's going to try and take the outside on Bazile. Bazile just breaks so late into Stowe. But has he left the door open? No, he keeps the corner quite tightly as well. That just holds off Samet for another corner. But maybe that's only one more corner. Oh, it's looking very close here. But Bazile, again, just able to hold on to his position, good defending.
Yeah, great defender from Bazal. Definitely to go back to third, though. Look how close De Vries is on Stefano for second overall in this race. And De Vries is going to look to the outside. And Wesley Stefano is going to look to the inside. But it's De Vries going to get the cutback. No, he's not. Door shut by Stefano firmly and solidly. Sven De Vries will have to find another way around at this rate.
He's going to have to. He's all over the back of Stefano now. I can only assume that Stefano's tyres have gone off. Because he certainly seems to have dropped some pace. And De Vries looking much more racy of the two. Stefano thinking about going to submit to the cops, and he does in the end. That's going to really compromise his line. Give De Vries a good run. Oh, look at that. He's trying to go off the track and around Stefano, but Stefano closes the door there and says, nope, you're not coming through on my left-hand side. You're going to have to come through on the right.
He's not making it easy for Sven, is he? Really not. He's giving him a hard time with this. And the American Dutchman really just going to have to force his way through at some point on Stefano. In fact, we're focusing so much on the racing and the action, we don't even know that Tobias Olsen is about to start the final lap of the race in a couple of corners' time. But it'll be the last lap, of course, for De Vries and Stefano to battle it out too.
Yeah, this race has really come alive in these few laps, hasn't it? As Stefano just gets a bit of understeer through Stowe there. That gives
Those Sven needed.
Yeah, they're going to be side by side now into the final chicane. And Stefano's going to have to brake really late there. They're going to be side by side again. Wheels banging. De Vries has got the inside line now for Club. Can he get the move done onto the pit straight? Yes, he can.
Well, that was touch and go, that, but Sven De Vries through to second. Stefano's got one lap to get through. Mike Kilk has one lap to catch. Tobias Olsen, no one, he just has one lap to go until he wins this race. And, well, this is a great run of things at the moment. And, well, Menno Klont saying things are going down in P14. Philip Harkos and Nichols are having a bit of a duel. And Fuller are going to battle for 11th as well. We've got the whole Samet duel going on as well. This is all cracking up in this last bit of the race, isn't it?
Yeah, we could have certainly a position changes as we come to the finish line. The checkered flag is Fuller now looks at the inside of Rick Scott going into the final chicane. And Scott just closes the door on him there and holds on to the position very firmly indeed, but gets the job done. And they'll go on to the final lap with surely a whole lap's worth of battling.
Yeah, it looks like wherever you go now, there's a battle to be had. Really difficult to discern what we should be looking at. I mean, Mike Cook's calls on Stefano, and well, you got these all close battles down the further end of the field as well. It doesn't matter where you look, there's something going on. It's been a fantastic race in Silverstone, as it all seems to be. Oh, apparently been a problem. It says Menno Klont there. Was it Rick Scott? Yeah, Scott and Fuller seem to have had come together, and Rick, I think, is he waiting for... No, he doesn't seem to be waiting for Mark. But yeah, there seems to be a bit of a contact or a bit of a misunderstanding between the two of them, somewhere along the line. But yeah, just coming around the final three corners, this is Olsen's to lose now.
It certainly is, and he's done a fantastic job, and really, whatever he did during that pit stop worked perfectly for him, and he's looked absolutely faultless ever since. Great job by Olsen.
Yeah, really going to be a deserving race win. I think he's just backing off a bit now as he comes down the final couple of corners. Oh, he gets a slide on. Well, prove me wrong, Tobias.
Yeah, certainly looked way better. Tobias Olsen then, he's going to come round this final couple of corners.
Whoa! He's throwing off now.
He certainly is. He doesn't need to worry anymore, does he? Because Tobias Olsen then takes his first win of the season here in the Meganes, and what a fantastic result for him. Absolutely flawless from start to finish. De Vries is second, Stefano closely in third, and Kilk in fourth place as well. Vandersoot then also comes around the corner, takes fifth place. There.
Yeah. Still a bit of a battle going on between the performance racing teammates as well. Bazal and Downer are close together. They're going to come right across the line together. I don't suspect Roy's actually going to go for this. I think he's going to try and hold behind his teammates. Downer goes a bit wide. I don't suspect Roy is going through. Yeah, no, he's clearly holding up, letting Downer have that 8th. And that's a nice bit of team spirit from the performance boys there. 8 and 9 for them. That is not a bad racing for them at all.
Yeah, they had to keep ahead of Summit now. That was the key for them, and they did so. So an 8th night for Downer and Bazar with Summit in 10th. For Rick Scott, is he going to hold on for 11th? Or can Roy Schroeter pip him out of the line? Schroeter's tried everything. He's gone all the way up the track to get that position. But not quite close enough. So Rick Scott, great 11th for him. Schroeter in 12th. Dave Nichols then in the end has fallen back a little bit to 13th. Actually, no, who have we lost? Mark Fuller. Oh, Mark Fuller's off.
Oh, no. Well, it has gone off, and that's going to promote Stanford a bit further. Brazano and Hood are still battling out for 16th place, and there's contact, both go round. Oh, well, it just goes to show no matter where you are on track, there's always a battle going on.
It certainly is, isn't there? And it's all go wrong in the final lap for some of these drivers here.
Oh, and Hood spins again. Hood spins before he even gets to the line.
He's got to hope he could. Oh, actually, I think he is, because Hutt has stopped because he was a lap down, of course, and Fuller actually didn't finish the final lap there, so he will finish 18th.
I don't know what happened to Fuller. I'm going to go back and have a look. That is very weird to have finished on that, not even finished the last lap. You'd expect him to have gotten there. I don't know what happened with Mark Fuller. I'm going to go back and have a look.
Yeah, a bit of a disaster for him in the end, because he was batting away with Rick Scott.
Oh, it just seemed to come to a stop. That's weird. He just came into the Eckert complex, then he just didn't release the brakes. Yeah, he just stopped. Maybe something happened at home, I don't know, but be extenuating circumstances for Fuller, but didn't finish the race either way.
That's a real shame for them, because he was having such a good race as well, just on the outside of the top 10 there, batting away with Rick Scott, and well, that's not going to help him in his starting position for the second race either. But well, for Tobias also, though, he's looked incredible here today. Started third on the grid and took the win after taking the lead on lap 1. That's his first win of the season, Josh, and maybe that's a bit of a surprise, really, considering his form today.
Considering how good he is, that is a massive surprise. That, from when he had this one win in the season so far, I expect we'll be seeing a couple more, but great race from him, definitely first out. Great race from Olsen, and well, he has too many more race wins in the Meganes.
Absolutely, he's the pole vaulting his way up the championship order, especially as we have a few guys missing today, like we've got Muscat, DeVos, Hinds, and Capit as well, Chris Shepherd, and Yard Tyne ahead of him. So quite a few names, quite a few big names that are not here for whatever reason. Most of them have been here for the majority of the season. So maybe they're on holiday, and that just means that Olsen really is going to benefit from that. He's going to be making his way up through the championship order. But of course, behind him in second place was Sven de Vries, and that just means for him that he will extend his championship lead. Still yet to pick up a win so far this season, but he's had a couple of seconds, a third, and a couple of fourths as well to his name. Some good point scoring positions, and that really seems to be what's giving him his lead in the championship at the moment. And once again, a solid and a clean performance from de Vries.
Yeah, very solid performance, but then again, that just seems to be the norm for Sven, doesn't it? Always puts in a good performance, no matter what he races, and always a driver you must be able to count on as a potential candidate.
Yeah, really good effort, and Stefano as well, another driver who's already won so far this season, so a podium to his name as well won't go amiss, and he'll be pleased with that one. We're just waiting, I think, to switch to the warm-up at the moment, aren't we? At the end of this race, and then we'll have another race to go as well. It's not over in terms of the racing, so don't go away, don't switch off after this one, because we've got a shorter race for race 2. It'll be about half distance, won't it? But it should be an exciting one, considering the second half of that race was incredibly exciting, went by in a flash.
Yeah, it was absolutely mental. You know, that bit of that final bit of the race, it just had me on my toes. It's like I couldn't keep up with this. Help! But yeah, ultimately that was a fantastic race, and I do hope that we're going to see more of it in race 2.
Yeah, I hope so as well. My game has disappeared, so I've got to jump back in. A few technical difficulties for me. I feel like this is happening every round at the moment, Josh. I don't know about you, but I'm having plenty of issues, but hopefully we're switching over the warm-up soon.
Yep, I assume we'll be getting into race 2, and wow, this is going to be fantastic. Really, to see how this is going to go. Obviously, a couple of people at the moment, but they should come back, and we should get race 2 underway.
Absolutely. It's a bit of a disaster then in the end, really, for Roy Schroeter after starting second on the grid next to his teammate. So what can he do in this second race? Because he's still, a reasonable way down the field, isn't he, after finishing in 12th. So he's going to have his work cut out in the second race if he wants to try and recover this round.
Yeah, really needs to. Hoping that, if you haven't had a good race this last race, race 1, you got to do well in race 2 to make up for it.
Yeah, but you do. You really do. And it's a shame. It's a shame it was a bit of a coming together between the 3 drivers going into village, himself, his teammate, and of course Tobias Olsen. But that's racing. It's very difficult to get 3 cars around one of these tight corners, and for all the drivers to get away cleanly and come out of it. And in the end, it was Schroten, who was the guy who just didn't quite get out of it like he maybe wanted. Well, he definitely didn't get out of it the way he wanted to, and it all kind of went south from there. He had another spin later on in the race as well, so a shame for him. And for Kumar as well, he just lost a few positions on that opening lap and was able to recover a couple before another spin. So all in all, probably not the race that Racing Team Schroten were looking for.
Probably not the result, no, but hopefully they can make up for it in race 2, There's always another chance, and in this case, this is that other chance that they're going to get, race 2. And maybe if they can do well in the reverse grid as well, they might have another chance as well. Oh, Mark Fudd actually saying that everything went black with 2 laps to go, and it was his VR that went.
Oh, right.
There's virtual reality.
He's racing for... Oh, that's incredible. So we actually have a driver with virtual reality doing all this virtual reality, and it'd be interesting to know what it's like, actually. I've never actually been able to give one a try, but it must be good visibility, mustn't it, to be able to see around the cars around you during the race.
Well, evidently it means you retire 2 laps to go.
Alright, when it's working it must be good, but not when that's the case. That's like a monitor failure though, isn't it? It can easily happen on your monitor also. But just looking over those results again then, Josh, a couple of drivers that I've also noticed that did a really good effort, really good job in that race were Sjoen van der Sloot and Eric Godolakis. They started 12th and 14th respectively and ended up finishing 5th and 7th for both. So both drivers picked up 7 positions in that race, and well, that's a really good, strong effort by them. It kind of makes you wonder where they could have been had they started further up the field.
Yeah, definitely. Really great results from both of them, Van der Sloot and Godolakis. If they started further up, they might have been right up there in permanent contention for the win.
Yeah, they could have been. Oh, look at that. We've got Jason Muscat. Jason Muscat's entered the session. He's appeared out of it. That means that Muscat will pick up some points here today, and we'll see how he can get on.
Indeed, while Jason Muscat appears. In his natural habitat, we see the Jason Muscat now in the WCS Megane server as he prepares to potentially do well in the second race, which of course, sprint race.
Absolutely. And actually, look at that, straight out the pits and out of his garage and lights up the rears as he does so. So
again, this is his natural habitat.
It certainly is. He looks like he spots his prey already, and he's going to go chasing after them out onto the racetrack. So watch out. If you don't like all you go, you might want to look away now, because I think Muscat's going hunting.
Yeah, I guess Muscat is on the prowl indeed, and well, great to see him here. It really is good to see him here. Great driver, Jason Muscat, and genuinely lovely person. I've had the pleasure of meeting him myself, and he is really one of the nicest people I ever meet. So, do well, Jason. I want you to do well.
Okay. No commentary bias of us in this commentary box.
Absolutely not. Go, Jason.
Yep. Jason, of course, was sat second in the championship before the last race, but of course he missed it, so that would have harmed his points a little bit, but he'll be able to pick it back up again, I'm sure. But I think isn't it right this season, Josh, that one round, if you miss one round, you drop the points, or your worst round that you have, you drop the points from that round?
Yeah, we're using drop scores this year. We are, using those, so your worst round gets dropped, and it means people can effectively miss a round if they want, or they can just have a bad round.
That's actually really good, actually, by the league. I think, although you know what, it's going to make it so difficult for us coming into the season, aren't we? We're going to have to get our calculators out, I think, especially if the championship goes down to the wire.
Certainly. I mean, it could be really difficult for the maths people, but really interesting for the drivers. It's been a piece of wishing everyone good luck. I think we're going to the race.
Excellent. I can't wait for it. Let's have a look then. So it should be that the top 10 are reversed from race 1, I should say, for the grid for race 2. Indeed, that is the case. So actually, it wasn't too bad for Kevin Sammets at the end. He could get past Josh Downard or Roy Bazal after their epic scrap in the closing 5 laps. But that does mean that he takes the first grid pole for race 2. And with Bazal and Downard behind them as well, it could be quite a spectacle going into Abbey and into Village.
Oh dear, I think I've just lost connection. Yep, F52's crashed.
Oh, disaster for Josh then. It's not like a bit of a repeat of the first race then, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to have to do the grid again, Sam.
Okie dokie.
Get your practice in.
I'm sure I could do it. Well, I had time to introduce the broadcast, do the grid, and then sum up who we thought was going to be the winners of the first race, all in formation like last time around. So I'm sure we could do even better this time around as well. And the drivers are all taken to the grid now. We're just waiting for Kilk, Olsen, Nichols, and Muscat. Muscat, I think he's probably getting everything all sorted out in terms of his fuel loads and everything. Of course, after missing race 1, it's going to be a bit of an unknown for him. A bit of a learning curve, perhaps, missing Altis in race 1, but he's a skilled driver. He was second in the championship before race 1. He'll give it a good go, and I'm sure we'll see a good result out of him then. But it's his teammate then, Kevin Sammett for Multiforce GP, who will lead the field away for this race 2 that consists of 9 laps, so about 18 minutes worth of racing we're going to get here. And it looks like we've got a full field of 21 cars as well, following on for the 20 drivers we had in race 1. So Sammett for Multiforce is leading them round with Bazal and Josh Downard, both of Performance Racing in 2nd and 3rd place. I'm seeing actually in the chat, just to break away from that, maybe some people have had their fuel reset. The majority of the drivers are saying no, but Bazal has said yes, as potentially De Vries. I'm not too sure, so we'll see if anything happens in terms of that. We may have to restart the session here, but we'll wait nonetheless. Actually, De Vries is backed out, so just trying to see, are we gonna? Yeah, I think we're gonna get a restart here actually.
Well, if there's any positives, it means I have slightly more time to rejoin.
So Sven's going to the end of the pit lane here, but apparently 2 of the drivers are also complaining that they've had an issue with their fuel level set here. So at the moment it looks like we're going to go racing. So I'll carry on with the grid at the moment then, but I'll cut off if anything does happen. Eric Godolakisen is in 4th place, with Naranjan Kumar in 5th place for race 2 Schroten. Schumann van der Sloot is driving for Walters Automotive, and he'll be starting in 6th, with Ray Kilk, Totally Spies, 7th, and Wesley Stefano for Hinds in 8th. As we already heard, Sven de Vries, the second of the Totally Spies cars, will be starting from the pit lane, with Tobias Olsen, your race winner for Ice Cold, starting 10th. Rick Scott for CM Tech, who's in 11th, with Roy Schroten for the second race Schroten cars in 12th. David Nichols for ST Racing is in 13th, with Lazaros Villaparkis for Eval in 14th. Row 8 is made up of Eric Stanford for Elite, and Adrian Bresnew for CM Tech, the second CM Tech car. Dan Hutt is in 17th, with Mark Bullitt in 18th for ST Racing, with Roland Hutt for JFF in 19th, Daniel Sharanku, Wilds Automotive in 20th, and Jason Muscat be your final driver in 21st place, second of the Multiforce GP cars. So it does look like we're going racing, because otherwise they surely would have restarted the session now. And Samet Basala straight onto the grid here very early on. Well, actually, that's Samet and Downard. Basala's fallen back a little bit and just held on. So the field just having to line up behind him. That just means that Samet and Downard are having to wait on the grid a little bit longer here. A little bit longer than before. It looks like a few drivers just taking their place. Who's that? I think someone's missed. That's Roy Schroten. He was out of position as well, so he's getting to his grid spot. And well, the lights are coming on now. We're going to see what happens here in race 2. Will we get a clean start this time around? We are live, we are go. Kevin Samet has a decent start, but so does Basal in second place. And they're going to be side by side into Abbey once again. And I think this time around, Roy Basal is going to take the lead into Abbey and through into Village as well. He's got the lead by quite a bit. Samet slots in second. Downard having a look for that second place as well. And they all fan out behind here with Kilk, Vandersloot, Kumar goes side by side through the loop. And further back a bit, contact between Stefano and Roy Schroten as well for 10th place. But the majority of the cars, it looks like they've all got through relatively well. There goes someone, I think that was Roland Hutt. Oh no, that's Dan Hutt, I should say, going off in the background. So he's going sliding off. But for Zyle then, he leads. But Samet's caught him up here into Luffield and having a go right now. Went a bit wide there, so lost a bit of ground. Downard's still in third. We've got Larkis doing well in fourth as well. Kumar on the back of him already, and he's going to try and find his way through the field. As Muscat is also already up into 16th place. A great start for Muscat here in lap 1. Basal then still leads from Samet. He's getting closer and closer, and it looks like we're going to have a bit of a close battle between the top 3 at the moment. All very close together. God, Larkis just a bit further back in 4th. Oh, Sharanku, what's happened to him? Oh, there's a bit of contact between himself and Stanford there in 12th place, but he holds on to the position, coming through Maggots and Beckett's and onto the Hanger Straight. So down the Hanger Straight then. Further back, it looks like Kilk, Olsen and Vandersloot all side by side. Kilk and Olsen still side by side as well through Stowe. And Olsen just slots in behind Kilk, nearly loses it there, but hell just about holds the car and has to think about looking up the inside. Schroten having to depend a little bit from Stefano here. He's also got Vandersloot right ahead of him. Very close between those drivers as well. Stefano just goes off track but joins safely. So that lap 1 has now completed. Basal leads by 4/10 of a second from Samet. Downard in 3rd. So it looks like further back we've had a spin here for Stanford. Yes, we have. It looks like coming out of Abbey and to the farm curve. He's just gone around and goes around again. So it's all gone bad for Stanford. He's down in 9th place. Dan Hutt is in 20th. And Jason Muscat's actually out here. So something's happened to Muscat, and his quick return to the series here after missing race 1 has all gone wrong, and Fuller and Stanford are out as well. So 2 more drivers here have retired, and that means we're down to 18 drivers already in this race. So high attrition rate so far after a couple of incidents there in lap 1. So it's still looking pretty close up front. Basal is not being able to shake off Samet at all, and Kumar's actually got up into a 4th place right now, and he's closed down on Downard pretty quickly as well. Already within a second of Downard, and you feel that he's only going to close that gap even more. Godalakis is definitely just holding up a few guys a bit behind him now. He's got Olsen and Kilk right behind him down the Hanger Straight, but neither are quite close enough to make a move into Stowe. Goldlikis just needs to keep his line clean, which he does do. And he's able to hold on to the position. Now to Stowe towards the end of the lap. As Olsen and Kilk behind it. Oh, that's Roy Schroten. He's gone off at club there. He's just gone over the chicane and just had to come back onto the track. I don't think he lost any positions. Still in 10th place. But certainly that excursion onto the grass won't have helped him. So through village now and into the loop. It looks like Goldlikis is coming under increasing pressure from Olsen. Olsen dives up the inside there and very opportunistic move by Olsen, but gets the move done. And he takes 5th place now, and he'll want to close the gap now because he's 2 seconds behind Kumar. Ahead of him is Kilk going to have a go at Goldlikis as well. It's Brooklands, he's having a think about it up the inside. Goldlikis can take a quicker line around the outside. And takes the inside for Luppill then, so able to hold on to it for the moment. But it certainly looks like here to Goldlikis is just holding up a few guys at the moment. A few of the quickest from race 1, of course, so yeah, it's no doubt that they're looking pretty strong right now. So Kumar, he's all over the back of Darnard now for 3rd place. Really starting to try and get past Darnard. And he wants to do that here because Darnard's starting to fall off the back of Basal and Samet ahead. Who are also dicing out for 1st as well. Samet really having to go at Basal, but Basal gets a good run onto the hanger straight. That'll probably protect him in the toe. He's trying to break the toe as well, weaving down the track, switching to the left hand side of the track. But instead, Kumar then having a look at Darnard, goes to the inside for Stowe there. Darnard just takes a nice wide line, cuts down, shuts the door on Kumar, and able to hold on to the position here. And well, it's been an exciting start of the race so far, Josh, and Basal at the moment just about holding on from Samet.
Just about, yeah, it is a close run thing, but really at the moment just going to try and hold on as Roy. And wow, what a win would do for him. I don't think he's had one since the opening round of the BMW Championship. Oh, near that. He's not won in a long time.
Yeah, he did get a couple of wins at the BMWs last year, didn't he? Did Basal, but no, I can't remember. No, actually, he had a win at Sandball, so grab that, Josh. He had a win at Sandball, but oh, look at that contact between Olsen and Ingvar, and just like in race 1, oh, they've had contact, and oh my goodness, come on, he took out his teammate Schroten there through the loop, and well, it's all gone wrong for I don't quite know what happened there, but it's all gone wrong for Kumar, and he's well down the order once again, all the way down in 14th.
Yeah, that wasn't great. He was trying to go for Josh Downer, but it didn't work. Olsen went to the inside of the corner, and it seems Kumar just didn't realise Olsen was going to go for it, and that's where the misunderstanding came from.
Yeah, Olsen certainly caught up quickly with the two of them there, didn't it? And that seemed to have caught out Kumar, and well, now with only another 5 or so laps, 5.5 laps left on the board in this race, it's going to be difficult for him to make up those positions, and that's a disaster for Kumar.
Yeah, Olsen apparently nearly just lost it at Cobb's corner there. This is what the thing about Tobias, he just gives it maximum attack all the time. He doesn't know the meaning of the words save the tyres, you know, he's always going for it.
He certainly is. I still don't know how he manages to do it without spinning the car out. But he gets said just about anyway.
As oh hello, look at Shepard van der Sloot going for Wesley Stefano for P6. Gets through, but Stefano looking for the cutback now. Gonna squeeze it, but he's not able to get down the inside, and it looks like Van der Sloot has the advantage. Very late breaking from Stefano though. Can he get through? Yes, no, maybe so. No, he can't. Van der Sloot holds it.
Yeah, Van der Sloot takes action back, doesn't he? And yeah, good effort by Van der Sloot into 6th place, and once again showing how strong he was in the first race as well. Stefano just having to hold back in 7th. With Sharanku right behind as well, so a couple of teammates, a couple of Walters cars there around Stefano right now, and he's really having to heavily into Village. Striker's going to have a look at the inside of the loop, and there's contact between the two. There's tight smoke and everything, and somehow both of them get out the corner without spinning. This gives Roy Schroeder, though, a great shot down the down the Wellington straight, I should say. And he's got a dance, but it looks like Stefano's having a look at Banasloot as well. They're all having a go at each other right now. And it's very much no solid. Somehow, oh my goodness, Schroeder nearly hitting the back of Shranku, and then he does hit the back of Shranku. There's a lot of rough racing going on right now. This is proper touring car stuff.
This really is. This is a great battle. Look, it's Josh Downer as well on the threat from Tobias Olsen. This is for the podium, of course. P3. Olsen giving everything he's got, as is Downer, as is Kilk. Vandersloot behind two, ready to capitalise. This is the three-way battle for third, and we're only on that 5.
Yeah, it's a great little battle so far. It's a shame this race is so short because this has been fantastic racing. But these guys really having to go for it now. Especially Olsen and Kilk, they need to get past Downard because otherwise Fasal and Samut are just going to be too far ahead, aren't they?
Yeah, this race, Olsen's got to go for it because there's he's actually selling a dummy there, and it may just have been sold as well as you can sell it because Olsen going to dive down the inside there. Beautifully plays Miles, and then gets huge snap over steer. Downer going to have a crack at the inside, but not at Tobias Olsen. How does he say about it? Kilk on the outside of Downer now. Is this going to be 2 places lost for the Englishman? It is!
Yeah, he has. As a T, just left the door open there, and that allowed them both drivers through. Both of these guys just carving away through the field right now, trying to catch up with the leaders. They've got a lot of work to do. They've got about 5 seconds to find. Oh my goodness! There's contact between Darnard and Kilk, and they both jump across the track. Actually, Darnard managed to keep it on the track, but Kilk had to go flying across the track, cutting out Farm. But I think he's just going to hold on to the position here.
I think Kilk may actually have gained time overall by doing that. As well, Downard's under threat from Vandersloot now. Yeah,
Vandersloot on the outside of him. They're going to be on the right hand side, down the one into the straight. Not the best place to be for the next corner, Brooklyn. So we'll have to see if he can take the position. Although Downard, if he can brake late enough, he should be able to hold on to it here. He certainly does. Vandersloot tried to hold it around the outside to get the inside for Luffield, and he's kept his nose in there. Fair play to Vandersloot. He's kept his nose in there. He's given himself a good slingshot out of Luffield, and they're going to remain side by side down to Cops.
Yeah, this is brilliant. Close racing between two. Someone's got to give. Something's got to yield. Coming into this Cops corner here. Who is going to yield? Will it be Downer and Vandersloot? It's probably going to be Downer who loses out here. Neither yields, and Vandersloot goes off. Yep, Downer and Vandersloot round.
Oh, it was free wide into Cops. Was never going to happen, was it? And there was contact between Stefano and Vandersloot, and that put Vandersloot round. It looks like Stefano lost out because of it as well. Shranku in all this is up to 6th place, so he's certainly gained. And somehow Josh Downard's held on to 5th.
That was crazy. 3 wide through Cup. Stefano was there. He was trying to keep hold of the car. There was a little bumpy made with Vandersloot that sent him round. That was never going to work. I thought one of them was going to give up, but all of them remained committed there.
They certainly were, weren't they? No one wants to stick up on that one. And this is what race 2 is all about. It's all about holding onto your position, getting the opportunities. Oh my goodness! There's contact between Sharanko and Downard. Massive contact into club. There's even more contact. Stefano's trying to go around the outside of both of them. And somehow still, Josh Downard is in 5th place.
I don't know how that happened. Shivanki, oh, yeah, it looked like Daniel Shivanki was going for the move on Downard there. Into the turn, and oh, Daniel, that was naughty of him. It looked like he turned into him there. Then obviously he had to try and look into the car. I'm going to debate that one. He lunged left. He just went straight left into Downard. And now Shivanka, contact now. Contact with De Vries.
De Vries has dive bombed in there a bit too hot into the loop, and it certainly hasn't paid off for him. Oh, and he's nearly lost it onto the well into the straight. He's all over the place right now, and he's going to slot back in behind Narangan Kumar, who's back up into 11th after picking up a couple of positions.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep an eye on what happened with Shiranku and De Vries here. Yeah, he was turning in, and then there was contact with De Vries. Yeah, Shiranku was turning in. De Vries was on the inside of the corner. He was trying to make it. Shiranku pretty much dived straight to the inside of the corner as well. That was, blimey. Shiranku, obviously a man possessed at the moment.
He certainly is, isn't he? But the guy who's holding on to 7th, going very wide there, coming out of Cops, and that's going to give Roy Schroeter a chance through Magnus and Beckison onto the hanger straight as well. I think Stefano is lining up a move on Downard also, so 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th, they might all be switching around come the time we get to Stoke. We'll have to find out, wait and see. This is definitely where the battle is right now on the track.
Yeah, this is where it's at the moment. Shorten on Shiranku, going to sell him a dummy down the inside. Shiranku doesn't want to leave as much space as possible. He's trying to go to the, there's no rubbing together. Shiranku is almost pushing into Shorten there. That is quite naughty from Shiranku there. And now Shorten is going to come on to the outside of the turn. Daniel Shiranku is leaving as little space as possible. And, wow, this is... Oh, and now contact with Schroeter, and oh, dearie, this is, I'm sorry, but this is getting beyond control now. Got a target once through, and oh, contact, and it's ended in tears.
Oh my goodness, that was just a bit too much by Schroeter there, wasn't it? And in the end, Shiranku was like a tank and just held on to it. That Schroeter round, Godolakis and Kumar. Kumar's back up into 8th place after being all the way down in 14th. He finds himself in 8th place and on the back of Shiranku.
Well, Daniel Shiranku must have known Roy Shorten was on the inside of him. Shorten actually out of the race. He seems to be fighting some sort of instability in the car, and he's just had incidents with quite a few people now. I think he needs to probably just cool it down a bit. Doesn't want to get him any incidents because that'll affect his license points.
Yeah, it will do, certainly. That's it. And, well, he's breaking into Brooklyn set and going through Luffield now. And it looks like he's going to have another battle in his hands here. He's got Kumar, Godolakis, De Vries, and Rick Scott as well to add to that. All behind, who are probably all hungry to get past as well. So a couple of laps left to go in this one, about a lap and a half actually. We've got down to the end of the race that quickly. It might not be over for Shiranku yet.
Yeah, and Aaron Jan Kumar's starting to catch him as well, and this is going to be another problem for Shiranku. Now he's going to defend even harder on tyres that are probably very, very hot and very, very lack of grippy at the moment. Look at that tyre smoke coming off that Megane. He's pushed it to its limit, and Kumar's catching up. Shiranku may have cooked his tyres, and he's really cooked his goose in that sense. He's struggling here.
Yep, here we go again then, hanging straight. We've got Downard and Stefano side by side, and well, we'll have a look at this one first. Can Stefano get the switch back on Downard? He's looking up the inside for 5th place and gets the job done. Coming out of Stowe there, goes straight defensive and holds off Downard.
Yeah, Shiranku really giving no quarter on Kumar here, really giving it absolutely everything. Kumar's through on Shiranku there. And, well, he slid it a bit too much, I think, and Shiranku's lost place and time now.
He has, hasn't he? Shiranku has dropped back to 8th place now. He's probably going to be okay on this final lap from Godolakis, who seems to be battling away with De Vries as well for 9th and 10th place. We'll have to see, can Kumar catch Downard and Stefano, who are still scrapping away for 5th place. As just to update you on the leads as well, Basal has now got a 1.6 second lead over Samet, and I think Samet's just starting to lose a bit of pace now, so as long as Basal can keep it clean, he's probably got this.
There's Downard here, looking at P6 here, on Stefano for P5, gonna outbreak him, and through he goes, into 5th, temporarily goes wide, Stefano gets it straight back, Downard very wide now, Shiranku, Kumar, gonna have a look as well, these two really having a gander at this position here. They all want to go with Daniel Shiranku. They can tell he's vulnerable. Tell tyres have gone off. He's gone off into the gravel. This is not good for Daniel Shiranku now. It's all seemed to have gone terribly wrong in the back end of race 2 here. But, well, we're going to have to keep an eye on him. There might be a couple of words said after the 2 some incidents he's had, but, you know, if his tyres were cooked, maybe he couldn't avoid them as such. I'm going to reserve judgment on that, even though I might have said stuff before about him. But I tell you this, one thing that can't be disputed, Sam, is how good Roy Vazile has been this race. I've not seen him win in a long time, and I tell you this is going to be a deserved one.
Yeah, it certainly will be, Wayne. Of course, he did such a good job last time out in race 2 in Zandvoort, but once again, showing he's got it sorted out in race 2 here, because he's had to have a lot of pressure dealt at him from Samu, and he's withheld that pressure well, really absorbed it, and that just means that it's a job well done, because Roy Bazal comes round the final corner here and he will take the race 2 win. in Silverstone in the Meganes. Great job by Bassal. Samu in second. Olsen comes home in third, with Kilk in fourth. In the end, they weren't quite able to catch the leaders. Bono then over in fifth place, with Darnard in sixth, Kumar in seventh, Sharanku got to hold out for eighth, got Larkis in ninth, and Van der Sloot in 10th place. De Vries ends up in 11th in the end of quite a eventful race for him. Rick Scott in 12th, with Pisanu in 13th. Philip Harkas in 14th. I think he lost a place there right at the end. Roland Hutt here, can he hold on for the final point of day from David Nichols? Across the line they come. Yes, he can. Gets the position held there at the end. Just holds on to it. Dan Hutt will be your last driver across the line. The non-finishers for the race, there are more than there were in race 1. Roy Schroten, Mark Buller, Eric Stanford, and unfortunately Jason Muscat didn't even complete the first lap. But Josh, a great race there. I don't know. I don't think we quite knew where to look half the time. There was that much action on track. But Bassal once again proving that when he can have a good starting grid position, he can get the job done.
Yeah, this is the thing. He's had problems with luck in his races when, in the Formula Open Wheel Series we saw last year. Never really clicked. Obviously, he was great in the BMWs. Then it just went downhill. But now, race 2 win in Zandvoort, race 2 win here. Maybe Bassal's getting it back, and as I say, when he's on it, he's a championship contender. As oh hello, we got the first interviewee. Oh,
we're not messing around here today, are we? We're getting drivers chucked in left, right, and centre, and we'll get on to them in just a second. We'll see who is going to be joining us for interviews. So we're gonna have plenty here today, Josh. So I don't know if you want to take a stab at it and start asking some questions.
Well, I guess I can start, and I think the best way to start is with our fantastic race 2 race winner, Roy Vazail. Roy, I may not have seen your last race 2 winner was Zandvoort, but you're happy about that one?
Yeah, absolutely. Winning 2 races in a row. I mean, like last time on Zandvoort, I won the second race as well, and this time again. Yeah, that gives. That's great. That's awesome. And I needed points in the championship because didn't score that well this championship before winning in Zandvoort. I scored only two points, and yeah, well, these points are welcome.
Yeah, of course. I mean, any points are welcome, and especially race-winning points as well. And well, we were just saying with Sam there. Not necessarily the best of starts of seasons, in the well, he had a great start in the BMWs last year, but it just tailed off towards the end. And he seemed to have got your tin top form back now. And well, you think you can carry it on throughout the season?
It's not that the form. I mean, I think the cars are pretty difficult to handle. It's really a challenge to drive the cars. So that's the nicest aspect of the cars as well. But yeah, it's difficult, and that gives you a good feeling when you win a race. Then, yeah, well, yeah, it was great. It was really fantastic, and congrats to Kevin as well. I think it's his first podium in the WCS series, and Tobias, yeah, finished third and first as well in the first race. So yeah, congrats to him as well.
Of course, his teammate Josh Downer didn't do very badly either. He's he's done quite well in this out in the Meganes. Yeah, so good points for performance racing as a team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Josh did really well today in the first race as well. He struggled a bit at the beginning of the race, but later on he even passed me. So that's awesome. And now he finished sixth and having a long. He raced for a long time on the third spot as well. So yeah, congrats to him as well for the first race, and yeah, hopefully he can keep improving and we score a lot of points in the rest of the season.
Yep, indeed. Congratulations to Downer, and congratulations to you, of course, Roy, on your fantastic race 2 win. Second out of 2 races. Can you make it 3 for 3 next time?
User was moved to your channel.
What is the next track again? Depends on.
Well, well, if he doesn't even know what the track is, that's going to give him a massive advantage. Just go straight in.
It's Bahrain. Okay, yeah, I think that suits me.
There we go. Well, there you go. Roy Vizal, three race 2 wins in 3 races, Sam.
Yeah, thank you, Joshua.
Pleasure to have you. Right, shall I throw the next one over to you, Sam? We've got several people to choose from, so who's it going to be?
I don't know. Right, so you're asking me. I wasn't expecting that, Josh. So let's see. Who should we go for? I think we should go for Kevin. And Kevin, I think you've done a fantastic job today. Had some great battles in race 1 with Vasal and Downard. And once again in race 2, you just looked very good. Picking up a fantastic second place. You must be really pleased with your performance today.
Yeah, good evening. Yes, I'm very pleased. This was very for me. I don't know what to say really.
Well, that's all you need to hear, really. If you're pleased, that's great to hear. And of course, it was a bit of a tricky race 1, but describe that battle for us at the end of the race, because that was an epic one that we were really getting excited about.
Yes, I'm still shaking. I couldn't keep up with Roy. I've done some errors in the last test, and that's it.
Brilliant stuff, and that was your first podium here today as well in race 2. So do you think you could do one better next time and pick up a win?
Hope so. I'm progressing. I hope to be more consistent. That's one of my big issue. We'll see.
Brilliant stuff. Well, it's been great to see what you've been able to do. Of course, you've been here for every single round, and I hope you continue on. You joined the league this year. Of course, a name we haven't seen that much in the past. So another newcomer to the league, and one that's really shining now with that great result.
Thanks, Sam.
All right, brilliant stuff. Right, I think I'll hand back to you then, Josh.
Oh, wow, lovely. And that means I get to make an interview happen with none other than our very own admin extraordinaire, Sven de Vries. Sven, great job to you. Good racing for you as ever. You gave us some really good moments to commentate on as well. That was an action-packed couple of races.
Nice. I'll be useful if I unmuted it.
It would be. That'd be useful.
And I work in IT, that's the best part. But yeah, no, this was there were 2 good races, very action-packed. Definitely got my share of battling for tonight, so really enjoyed it, regardless of where I finished. Very happy to take the second place in race 1. It was quite a bit of a push towards the end after the pit stops. I noticed, Wright, my teammate, and we lost out a lot to Tobias and Wesley, so I reckon they started with a lot more fuel, so that a shorter pit stop time. So after that, Tobias was out of reach, and I thought Wesley was too, but I was able to close that gap down lap after lap after lap, and eventually catch him. And we had a great battle there, lots of mutual respect. So that was a lot of fun. So yeah, very happy to clinch second place there. And then race 2 was a bit of a disaster. I saw my fuel had switched back to 15 liters at the start, so I figured the best approach would be to start from the pit lane with a full tank of fuel, like we should, and try to slice my way through the field. Went pretty well. I made a couple of mistakes myself and dropped back, but nonetheless, that was good fun.
I bet it was. I mean, the amount of brilliant racing we saw, you can imagine that would be fun. And well, you've had a very solid season this season, Sven, as you always seem to do. And well, you're one of those drivers who you've always got to consider for championships because you're that good. So looking good for the rest of the season.
Well, as mentioned before, I think I was at least my last Megane race. I may do the GP3 next week, depending on how if I go on vacation. But other than that, I'm starting a new job after that, which does not allow me, as far as I'm aware, to leave at 2 p.m. During the day here to go home to race. So yeah, that looks to be at the end for me, but I'll still be involved in the background to make sure everybody's having a good time, organize everything, and help Roy and Chris and Jason out with the admin responsibilities. So I'll still be a part of the league, just not on track, unfortunately.
Oh, well, that is a shame, because I always look forward to seeing you racing on track, and it's a shame you're not going to be around anymore, Sven. But yeah, if you are not going to be on track anymore, that is obviously a shame, but we'll leave you with one question. At this point in the season, there's only been really a couple of rounds gone. Were there any title favourites topping out to you?
I reckon Tobias seems to have a good shot. Roy definitely has a good chance too if he is consistent. Wright obviously is one of the front runners. There's quite a few people who can be at the front. I think the key in this championship is going to be consistency. I mean, if you win race 1 and finish 10 for 11 race 2, the guy that's consistently in second or third is still going to beat you. So, it can go either direction, really.
Yeah, it really could go anywhere so far. Thank you very much for joining us, Sven. Of course, pleasure to have you as ever. And in fact, good luck with your new job.
Thank you.
Oof, well, it's always nice having Sven around, isn't it, Sam?
No, it's not. I hate it.
Well, you would say that, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, no, it really is. But thankfully for everyone here, he won't be around for much longer, so we can get back.
The server just died.
We can get back to some serious interviews in the coming weeks, which is exactly what I'm looking for.
I'll be around in the broadcast chat, the live broadcast chat, being challenged there, so don't worry.
Okay. Your new job can't be that serious then, that's for sure. Right then. Well, I think enough of that then. I think we should probably sign off then, Josh, and just like to get your final thoughts then on today's action. What have you made of it all?
Well, I can't believe I've been missing the last couple of rounds. It's been that good. It's been absolutely great racing as ever. And, I am hoping to be back, obviously, next time for the Meganes as well.
Yep, which, of course, will be coming up in about 2 weeks' time. Well, it will be 2 weeks' time on Monday again at the same time. As always, we will be back with the Meganes for the next round of the season, and that will be the Bahrain paddock layout. So, bit of a different one there. Not your usual Grand Prix track, a bit of a different layout for us to contend with. So that really will be an interesting one, being at Bahrain. So definitely tune in for that one to check that one out. I think it's going to provide lots of overtaking because it's a good track that really does promote overtaking if it doesn't have that much atmosphere in real life. But before then, of course, there's also the GP Freeze to contend with, and that will be Wednesday, the 16th of August, if you want to put that down in your calendars. So that's not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. They will be coming from Monza, and I think that really speaks for itself there. We're going to have some fantastic battles, lots of slipstreaming, overtakes aplenty, I'm sure a lot of drama as well. So if you can, please do tune in for that one. And if you want to take part, just go onto the WCSLeague.net website, and you can find out all the information there as well about joining the league. It certainly is a fantastic league to take part in. But I think that's probably all we've got time for now, unfortunately. It's time to sign off. But of course, like I said, we'll be back in about 9 days' time. So I hope you can join us all then. But I've been Sam Jones. I'd like to say thank you to Joshua Anderson, of course. It's been great to have you back in the comms box with me to keep me entertained, as always, with your fantastic contributions. And I'd also like to thank Menno Klont as well, who's done an excellent job, as per usual, on the cameras, always stepping up for the Meganes and doing an excellent job to provide some fantastic pictures and giving us some good insight into racing as well when us commentators miss some critical action out on track. But for now, that is enough for me, enough talking and enough waffling. But we will all see you next time around next Wednesday for the GP Freeze. Until then,